Yeah, bud. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully.
I'm taking this. I need this.
They don't.
I'm almost out. You probably got case at your house.
I've just been rocking salt.
You do, huh? Are we live?
Yeah. I think so. I saw a comment. I saw 20 people. Powder River.
What's going on?
What's up? What's up? And we're off, says Richard. We're going to get everything fired up here real quick, guys. And we're going to talk about some trolling technique. And
On time.
hopefully, we will be able to use the little whiteboard, power whiteboard, which is charging right now because Clint thought he plugged it in, but he failed at that. Right?
I'm
Clint?
sure it wasn't his fault.
No, it was.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was. It was plugged in.
Oh, he admitted it. It was his fault.
I did not say I plugged it in, but I did not verify it was charging or working. I don't know what happened.
What's going on, you guys? Sun's out finally. That was a nasty day out there today. Whew.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty friendly for the rest of the lower Columbia season. Oh, Jason.
Whiteboard Camp Picasso, sure. Paid for the name. Yeah, damn right I did, Todd. That was freaking gross.
Oh, Charles.
Dude.
Good news, guys. I got my first
You
Springer.
finally did it, buddy.
Nice,
I'm
dude.
so proud of you. Just post a picture.
He got one today?
Can you send a picture? No, he got his first one. Last week he was saying he was hoping to get his first one ever, and he got his first one ever.
His
Nice.
first one? Or
Yeah, his
for
first
clients?
one
Ever.
ever. No, his first ever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
First one ever, man. Proud of you.
Oh, God, I can't remember that guy that kept yelling 84 at the Bash in Portland. I'm here. Oh, cool. Great. I'm so happy to
I
hear
don't
that.
remember that.
I do. It was during the questions.
Guy just kept saying 84.
84!
What?
Is there some meaning to that?
Yes. Well, there was to one question. That 84 was kind of close, and then I don't know.
It wasn't
I
close
don't know what
enough.
happened. He was just never that close again. Yeah. Glad that I was out in that crap
I
today.
need lemon.
My guys were glad they were out in that crap today, killing a bunch of big black face freaking springers.
Nice.
Fun by ourselves. Well, there was a couple boats out there, and then they finally just tapped out, and then to be honest, we tapped out pretty shortly thereafter too. It was like, we're done.
It was pretty brutal.
We killed 3 of these things. We're like, we're good. This is freaking awful. Yeah, so we're going to talk about trolling technique, guys. We're going to try to give a couple minutes here to answer your questions because, yeah, I mean, we're getting a little rain today. I don't think that's going to change much as far as, what our river conditions are going to do too substantially, at least for the next few days. I think the Willamette might dirty up and go.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting some rain, but
It's supposed to shut off here in a couple hours.
yeah.
It's been sun since.
Yeah, it was sunny when I drove over here. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to do anything. I think I was going to look. Is that Columbia cleaning up a little bit more yet?
Yeah. And Ryan Lone, no, I used to go to those things a lot, but the reality is WDFW is only going to set seasons within the forecast boundaries, like within a box. They're never going to go outside of that. I mean, outside of some crazy thought processes, you can pretty much, just by looking at the forecast, guess what the season's going to be. And Fish and Wildlife can't go outside the boundaries set by NOAA. So there's all these constraining stocks. They can catch so many of them. That's what it's going to be. And it's pretty much all based on forecast. So, I mean, it's good. If I had my input, I'd say try to save 1% for the October fisheries for Chinook, so we can like prosecute some Chinook while we were out there fishing for Lake Coho. And generally, they try to do that if there is any overages in the brights. Last year, we were under on brights as far as what was the actual versus the forecast. And so when it came to the October fisheries, there was no fish to give, so we weren't able to kill
No
Chinook.
Chinook retention. Yeah.
Granted, the coho fishing was pretty darn good.
Didn't suck.
Didn't suck, but it was nice. You know, you catch a couple kings a day. It's like, I like to bonk that thing. A nice big bright one.
Yeah, with a bunch
But
of
I mean,
sea lice all
sadly,
over it.
sadly, what's going to happen at the meeting is they're going to be like, well, this is where we get some of the guys that forecast and do the season. What's wrong?
No, you're good. TV just is not on.
Huh? Our TV's up. Oh, that TV's not on. But the guys that do the forecasting and stuff, I mean, once they get the numbers,
Hang on.
is that still on? But once they get the numbers, they do try to set the most lucrative season for the sports with what they can set. But they're constrained to whatever those forecasts are. So there'll be a little flux, because the lower rivers will be a little less, or maybe up, and they can move some fish around. But it's all the same crap.
I just like him to stop netting for 2 years to see what happens.
It won't do a damn thing, unfortunately.
Probably like right in front of it.
It won't do a dang thing. What are you doing? I can't see anything now.
I know. Well,
You're killing me, Smalls. Oh!
Technical difficulties.
Oh. I need to have...
Round 2 for tonight.
I know.
For
Clint,
Clint.
I'm just going to watch
Jeez,
it.
man.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, we're back.
Hey, can you share this live feed into the group, please?
yeah.
Because people were like messaging me, like I made a post in their group and I was like, hey, we're going to go live. We're going to talk trolling technique today. It's probably a good time to do it for the next week because, we got one more week.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a troll show for the most part. And we're
I
going
was
to talk about it.
just
And then people ask like, where do I watch this? How do I watch this? I'm like, this is like in the addicted forum.
Oh, in the forum.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a message like, how do I watch that live tonight? I'm like,
The turbidity over Bonneville's down to 9.1, the best it's been in a week on the drop.
that water's been great for the last week and a half. There's been no problems if you're in the right areas.
You just got to run over them.
100%.
Just got to run
We're
over
going
them.
to talk a lot about that tonight.
Yeah. I mean, that's
You got to run into them.
the
You know what I mean? Just
main
share
ingredient.
the feed into the live feed and then
Bait,
just say
yeah.
like, hey, we're talking the trolling technique for the
Leader
rest.
length,
not
yeah.
into the page, not into our page, but
dropper
into the group.
length. Yeah.
I like a little bit more
They got to
viz.
be there, though.
I feel like you can draw them in from farther away with a little bit more viz.
With more, I mean, yeah, they can see further.
More viz though. I feel like they also start getting out there in that 40, 50
Oh,
foot
I
line.
love
And
it.
I love it too, but
Let 'em
then
stack.
then you're out in 40, 50 feet catching one, and then you look over and there's a guy catching one in 20,
Yeah.
and then there's a guy catching one over there in 35, and they scatter. Like
They
I
can
think
be
we've got
everywhere.
the conditions that we want right now.
It's in there.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, this warm weather coming is just going to pour them in.
Yeah.
And they bite on these high pressures. Like you guys are gonna freaking trash this weekend.
I'm pretty interested
You're
to
not fishing?
see.
I'm not fishing Saturday, no. Tournament.
You going Bassmaster again?
Hell yeah. You guys can have these stupid ass springers. Oh, I mean, we're talking springers today.
Hey, at least they smell good and eat good.
I will say it's much better. It's a far, 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 far cry from winter steelhead. So yes,
my
it is. We
goodness.
definitely
Dude.
killing those purple freaking
They just
black
smell
John bellies.
different.
It was like, oh yeah, dude. The pictures, like, I posted some pictures of the fillets, no filter. I mean, just as
Don't
nice
need it.
as oh,
Yeah,
huh?
don't eat it.
Don't need it. No filter. Just beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I am excited to get going on the old everyday grind here for the next till the 8th.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully get a handful of them springers every day.
I've heard rumor of an extension,
Hey,
but
we got-
it won't
I-
happen.
Clint, can you tell me a password?
Won't happen for like 2 weeks until
Can you just tell
Watch
me?
them do the same as last
show me
year.
it?
Just open it
Or is
like
it
No, I just wrote that one.
16th through the 20th or
You don't wanna
something.
say it?
Do you
Let's-
imagine?
They won't open it the following weekend after the
Okay.
closure. They'll open it maybe the next weekend
Got it.
after
Okay.
that.
That would be the next weekend.
Cool.
that would be-
I don't know what's this doing. Oh, there we go. I don't know what to do though.
That'd be like the 18th, 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Will the outgoing tide this weekend be too big to downhill troll? Well, we're going to talk a lot about that. There are kind of standards that we try to look for within that downhill troll, and we will talk about a little bit about that a lot. Actually, we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. So stay tuned. Yeah, approaching outgoing tides, approaching incoming tides. Sometimes sometimes a little bit too much outgoing is a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Oh, well. You got it, buddy? He's got it. He's got it. All right. All right. All right.
Let's just do a test draw on it really quick for me.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. Don't move, Jason. Don't move.
I knew something was coming.
Don't
like
move.
that. It's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Cool.
Oh, I
All
wanted
the
to write. I was gonna
technical
write some.
difficulties
I was gonna
are
write
taken
some.
care of. Thank God we got Clint. We would be lost. I'm serious too.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, buddy.
I remember when you weren't here. What
I have
happened?
no idea.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Remember
Is that right?
that?
Yeah.
You tried to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't happening.
Yep. So wrong. I was so bad at that. Yeah. Thank God for Clint.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God.
You just turn his mic off.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's
All right.
exactly what happened.
All right. Post it up. So huge shout out, guys, of course, as always, to Stevens Marine. We're going to get things rolling here. Now that we got the whiteboard, we had to stall a little bit to let this thing charge up. But it was in there yesterday. We're working on figuring out peak performance on the props and the RPMs and stuff like that with those XLs running that 250. So we're playing with some different factors, hubs, and to try to get what we can get out of that. So it's really cool. Kind of having that new model. It's like trying to figure out really what makes that thing tick. So
Trying to tune it in.
yeah, so we're tuning it in. So huge shout out to those guys. As always, they also sponsor the live feed and stuff. And if you're getting ready for springer fishing, summer fishing, ocean fishing, all of it, they got your boat.
Anything boat related, really.
Unless you want an
Anything
XL and they're
but
probably
one.
out till next year.
And unless you want an XL, then it's like 2027 because we tried to warn you, but you guys didn't do it. Now they're like 2 years out. But I got my new one coming November of 2027.
Gonna trade her in, huh?
Yep. I'm already on the docket because you have to, or else you're not gonna get it. Like you got to think ahead in this world now, unfortunately. Anyways, yeah. So huge shout out to those guys for sponsoring this live feed, as always. All right. Okay. So trolling technique. I think. Let's talk a little bit about, like I said, turbidity's looking good on the Columbia this week. You know, this is the week. Like people have been catching them. You know, we've already put 10, 11 springers in the boat last few times fishing. Had a couple days that we had a couple bites and no love. They missed them. But today they were
Biting.
choking on them.
That's good.
Way it goes.
Yeah.
But I feel like we are going to advance from this kind of like onesie, twosie stuff to multiple bites a day kind of thing really quick. And the thing about these springers, guys, is generally when they do show, like it is like, they trickle in, and all of a sudden it's just a freaking ball of them.
Here they are.
Yeah, ball of them. I'll say today I was fishing upriver and catching all black faces. Like in areas that generally catch a lot of white faces. When we start seeing those black faces, that is usually kind of significant because that usually means we're seeing a lot of the upriver fish coming in. That's kind of tends to be the main part of the run.
Yeah.
We do have like some trickle in Willamette fish that come in real early, but generally when you start seeing like predominantly the blackface fish where the fish are going to travel above Bonneville, that's a good sign. That means we're kind of
Good sign for things to come.
in
the
the next few days. And we got the weather lining up like you were talking about. I think that sun and that kind of stable pressure for whatever reason, just those fish
Makes them snappy.
makes them snappy. Maybe it shines the herring a little bit more. Things are looking really, really positive.
Dude, 75 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Might get down to
I
a
bet that water
t-shirt,
temp
bro.
gets up to 50.
Yeah, I had 48. I've had 48 and a half the last 2 days, but I did have like 50 degrees on some of those sunny days.
I had
Last
50.1. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the days.
Yeah, so it's been kind of bouncing up and down. Oh, that's right. It's not a live feed. It's a live stream.
Live stream.
Sorry, yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
man.
Marlon will yell at me again.
Come on, man.
I might be sharing it directly to the group page now.
I want to go to the forum because people were asking
That's
me in
what
the
I mean,
forum. Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki, I remember you sent me that picture. Too many body parts.
Too many appendages. Ooh, not too shabby. Almost done with school. Just another month. Actually been up in the greater PDX area, scoping out rentals. Yeah, that's cool, Victoria. Yeah, come back to the land of the salmons. How many people we got watching, Clint? I got over almost 250. So shoot, you guys must be tuning in. So, I think what we should do is I had 2 tangles today.
Oh,
Really?
2. First ones I've had all season. I was so pissed. I was batting 100% on
Is it
triangle
right
flash.
after a fish when people get excited?
Yeah, probably. But I will say that it was also really, really windy and crappy out. So there might have been a little bit of like, maybe the boat positioning or the control might not have been.
Crab walking's tough to let out.
We're quite.
lines sometimes.
It might. We're just
going
going to let it go.
Yet.
We're going to let it go. But he did have 2 tangles today. With that said, I think we should go over a little bit about deploying gear.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't get any tangles. Like I've got
And if you do get a tangle, it's 100% your fault, not
100%
mine.
your fault.
I feel
The
like
person
90%
dropping the rod.
90%
Actually-
of the time, when you get a tangle, everyone's excited right after catch a fish.
Oh, yeah.
I tell everyone, I go, slow down,
Yep.
nice and easy, let them out slow.
Get in there!
Yeah. Just doesn't work with the triangles.
No.
No, triangles are, definitely
The
a
slower,
little
the
more
better.
finicky. But I will say it's 90% the angler, 10% the boat driver. Because you got to be moving forward. And that's what I'm saying. That maybe there was some not so forward movement by the guy controlling the tiller, as in me. Maybe. I'm not going to blame them because it was like
You were at a 45-degree angle, bucking the wind, and guys are
Going
jumping.
0.2.
Kind of crappy out there. So
I think one of the most important things is back guys have to drop first, then your middle guys, then the bow guys.
no, disagree completely.
Not necessarily.
No, drop them all at the same time, no problems.
Yeah.
No tangles, no problems.
It's all about
No
how they
If
hold
you have
the
a
rod.
26-foot boat that's extra wide, you don't have any issues there.
This guy.
This guy, I know that was total.
You got a wider boat because you
shameless
went in mine
plug.
one time, and you're like, "Oh man, look at all this room." Took his armrest out
I
the
gotta
next
have
day.
the room for all the fish, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I just got. Yeah, right. Oh my god, I'm never catching another springer the rest of the season now. Gosh dang it, just cursing myself. Anyways,
Knock on wood,
no,
bro.
I think it's important to kind of go over a little bit. So one thing I like to do is I tell my guys, I go, whenever you're deploying the gear, put the bait in the water, then the flasher, then the weight. You try to go outside that order, and the weight or the flasher rips the bait out, you damage the bait, you're already starting screwed up.
Yep.
So bait, flasher, weight. Put it in the water in that order. And I always, don't change that order. Okay? Do the same.
Live
Yes.
by it.
I'm going to kind of go through my thing. If you guys add something there.
I do the same thing.
Literally
leader
same.
first, always.
Yeah, leader
Lead
first.
last.
Even if it's 360 fishing.
Bait,
lead
flasher,
last.
lead. Bait, flasher, lead.
weight. So
I like the bait flasher weight because it kind of
bait, flasher, weight.
jives a little bit
Yeah.
better than bait flasher lead.
Yeah.
That's what I usually
Bait, flasher,
say.
weight.
And then what I do
Well, that's
is,
from the old bait and weight days.
is
Yeah.
I tell guys
get out of here,
to
bro.
reel their
Stop
lead
it.
or reel their line all the way to the tip before they put it in the
No,
holder.
we're not. Okay. Yes. So then bait, flasher, weight.
Yeah.
Then move this is, I think, the key. And I think this is probably where we had a little trouble today. Move the rod to the position you're going to let it out in. So if you're in the bow, put the gear in the water, move the rod to the spot you're going to let out. So if you're in the bow, hey, Clint, let's do whiteboard. Ding, 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 ding. This is going to be cool, guys.
Love
It's
it.
real cool.
I'm
Yeah,
so
love it.
excited.
Oh.
Is that the first time you're seeing that? There's no
That's
way.
literally-
Yeah, what?
That's literally been pointed at you like,
The whole feed. You had no idea, huh?
I'm too tired. I don't know.
I know.
Kids gotta play kids games.
Oh, shut up. Boat. So 1, 2, 3. These are the 6 guys. These guys are going to let their rods out at a 45-degree angle. These guys are going to let their rods out.
45-degree up.
Yeah, 45-degree up. Yeah, boat's trolling this direction. And you got the guys out the back. So once you put your bait, flasher, weight in the water, you move your rods to whatever position it is. These rods should be a little bit further outside of these rods and then the back rods.
Do you ever have
Which is
people-
why...
Do you
Go
ever
ahead.
have people put them in the actual rod
No,
holders?
no, not doing springer fishing.
Okay.
Because when you're letting the line down, like we all have these really cool counters on our rods and reels.
It's kind of cool.
And the second people start going, "What are you at? Are you at 24? Are you at 23?" I go, "Shut up. I don't want to hear numbers. I don't want you to talk about numbers.
Yeah.
Because to me, right now, at least with the conditions we have now, if you're not tapping the bottom, you are not springer fishing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll die on that hill.
You gotta be tickling the bottom.
You gotta be tickling the bottom. Ooh, yeah. But anyways, so backing up, moving the rod to the position you're going to let it out in. Front guys are here, middle guys are here, back guys are here. Then reeling it up, like Ryan said, reeling it up and double checking it in that position.
Make sure you're not tangled.
You don't want to put the line out here and then double check it, then it looks good, and then move the rod there. It don't work because I think in that moving that rod on the surface with that
They
lead,
wrap the leader around the weight
wrap
or
around
the
the lead.
flasher.
Don't do it. Drives me crazy. And you guys think like, oh, well, why are we talking about letting out rods? Because you know how many people I see out there tangling up, and you know how annoying it is? Because it never has to happen. How many times have you tangled your rod, Ryan, in like the last 5 years? Like never? Because that's the answer I was kind of looking
come on.
for.
At least maybe once.
Oh yeah, I've done it. Sometimes I'm running both back rods. You know, guys can't. They just
I
don't.
haven't tangled mine in like 10 years, so whatever. I'm just going to say it.
I hit my first
I'm
tree
totally
this year,
joking.
winter steelhead, and broke everything off. I'll admit it. I hit it.
Okay,
I did it.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, double checking it, moving it to the position. You can get off that. Double checking it and moving it to the position that you can get off that whiteboard. Moving it to the position that you're going to do. Then you need to lower it down slowly, and everybody's slow is different. Dropping it down, I tell people drop down 3 or 4 feet and stop. Drop down 3 or 4 feet and pause. Long, deliberate pauses. You're feeling for the bottom, but also just take your time. Then, if you think you tapped to the bottom,
Come back a turn.
if you think that you might have felt the presence of the ever-loving Columbia River sands upon your ball weight
Oh.
of
Oh
lead,
my.
put it in the rod holder, damn it.
I'll let you finish. I have a different way that's
Put it
almost
in-
fail safe.
Put it in the rod holder, because if you're on the bottom and you put it in the rod holder, you will know it the second you take your hands off it. You don't have to feel for anything. You can see it. If you're not, you can let out a little line. I tell my clients every day, I would rather have you let out way too little of line
Then hit bottom and keep going.
Then hit
God,
bottom
yeah.
and keep going. You can make it a soup sandwich real fast if you keep dumping line. I can't feel the bottom. Well, how far are you out in your counter? 68. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
we're in 14 feet of water, Susie. That's a problem. Really.
So what I've been doing the last couple of years, and I have like 0 tangles if people follow this, is we reel to the tip, put it in the rod holder, whatever depth I'm at, go to that depth, and I don't have anyone ever flip the bail. My drags are pretty loose. We pull out to that number, and then fine tune.
Yeah, I guess no one could like strip it out
generally,
too fast.
so if I'm
yeah.
in 20 feet of water, guys go to 20, they're never going to hit.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
usually it's 1 or 2. I just say take one pull, another pull until you see it tap, come back half turn.
If people have a hard time feeling, if I'm in 20 feet of water, I go, nobody, no matter what, go past 30. I'll say that a few times too. Like just, again, you sense the bottom. Put in the holder. I like that idea because
Well,
they
it's hard-
can't
it's-
strip it. Everyone's slow is different too. Drop it slow. Some guys like,
No, I quit
That's
doing
slow.
hitting the bail button.
Yeah.
It's one pull till you get to the number, and then go slow
Okay.
after
I
that.
like
Take
it.
one
I
pull,
like
watch
I like
it.
That's
And
what
all
I
of a
do.
sudden, tick, tick, okay, come back, turn.
Yep, that's a.
Kinda
I don't
like that.
have
I
people.
have-
like that.
I have
The other-
90% less tangles since I have guys taking pulls out now
90%.
instead of
90%
taking
less.
statistics off of that
90%
one.
less.
That's pretty much exactly
So if
what
he
I
had
do,
10
except
tangles a
I
day,
don't
he is
put it in
now
the
having
rod
1
holders.
tangle a day. Got it.
Well, when you put it in the rod holder, I always say that takes out the human error, because if you got this guy that he's like holding it back and this guy's swinging this
Yeah.
way, if it's in the
So-
rod holder,
So you know what takes out the human error for me though? And the last point I was going to bring up in this conversation.
short leaders.
Nope. I just have everyone fish 20s. It's great.
Yeah.
No. Bait clickers. I can hear
Yeah.
when they're letting out too fast.
Yep.
Whoa. No.
Slow.
I know you want to catch one,
Slow.
but I don't want you tangled up for the next 2 miles of trolling here. Yeah. So the bait click, I
Well,
think.
especially if it takes out 2 rods, it takes you out, because now
Oh,
you're untangling. Now
If
the
I
boat's
have
not.
to untangle 2 rods, I'm like, reel them up. I don't even try anymore.
Yeah. Not even worth it.
Because you're right. If you're not people, that's the other part. The other part of this conversation we're going to get to tonight about the trolling technique is like I'm watching, and I get it. I get it. If people want to do it, that's fine. If that's your fishing, great. But you're working the bottom. And you're working the bottom. It is a symbiotic relationship between how much line those rods you have out and how fast and what you're doing with your boat. The second you're not doing it, and you're like, you're distracted and you're over here doing this and trying to, oh, my boat's turning again. Oh, I got it. You're not fishing.
Dude, and going downstream too, that can happen so fast.
No, Michael Risky. I have all my clients put all their gear out at the same time. If we go back to that little cool diagram that I was, Cam's a general out there. Shut up, Todd. How many times did we tangle that day? None. I mean, we would have caught a fish. Todd freaking like had a bite and he grabbed his rod so fast and jerked it so quick. It was so bad.
He was hot rodding, dude.
It was awful.
Premature ejaculation.
No,
he was hot rodding, bro.
No, he didn't touch it. Yeah, he didn't touch him. Yeah, he didn't touch him. No, it's fine.
Twice in a row. It was brutal.
It was brutal. Okay. Yeah. So a couple things. You know, honestly though, it sounds kind of like a rant, but when you're trolling out there and you're struggling with triangles, keep that.
Go slow.
Keep those methods.
Slow down.
And just, yeah. Yeah. I watch Cameron cast everything like a crankbait and catch a salmon on live feed. Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah.
Ever speed the boat up while your people
A little, usually the first couple passes at the start of it, I'll give them a little more speed just to make sure.
It just helps straighten the gear out a little bit. I agree.
Because then you can slow down, and then as they start dragging.
I slightly speed up while we're deploying, and then as soon as we're all in, then I dial in my speed and dial in the rods.
But the problem is if you dial it, if you go too fast and they're starting to make bottom contact, and then you slow up, then
you got to reel up.
Everyone's dragging like right out of the gate. So you got to kind of
come up a crank. No, another one. Nope, another one. Half. Nope, just go another fold.
We bounce the bottom into the wind. Oh, yeah, Benny. Golly. Yeah, into the wind is right. Today the wind was at our back, blowing us at like Mach 40.
It was all
That's
over
fast,
the place.
Dude.
Mach 40. It was crazy.
That's fast.
We made a lot of passes. We made a lot of passes today. All right. So, anyways, any questions, guys, on deploying gear? We'll give this a second. And we have a giveaway too. So if you guys have any questions on deploying gear, we're going to talk about troll speed and kind of what we're doing here in a minute. Ask them real fast. And then I think we're going to have Clint draw a winner in like less than a minute.
Yeah.
So you got less than a minute to talk about deploying gear.
First giveaway we have for the day is a triangle fish flash from Yakima Bait and some Max Lures smile blades.
Ooh, smile blades.
Yeah, this one's kind of cool too. I kind of like that orange and gold and then moon jelly.
Yeah. Well,
what's this?
jelly,
Is this from the
Called the Gold Digger.
Gold digger.
Is this from the drop? What is this?
I don't know what those are, but you need to pick a winner here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mach 40. We went to the moon. Yeah, that's what they're doing today, aren't they? Yeah. When your Molly season started in Columbia, Cameron, I fished last weekend in Boardman. Yeah, they're chewing too. It was good.
I don't know. One thing
Unfortunately, the Smalley season was great for me, but I couldn't find any of the damn largemouth. All the other freaking guys were getting all the cold water largemouth. Still have my number up there. Like, it drives me freaking crazy. There's some guys up there. They're so good at picking off those fish. It pisses me off.
One thing I will say about today, like we both did good, and we often talk about like the perfect troll speed and keeping your boat nice and straight and all that. That wasn't happening today, and I don't know how many days the conditions have been really brutal, and we just crushed the fish. I don't know if it's like your gear's going like this because it's so lumpy out there.
It's the way the earth is in between. It's where the earth is on its spin.
What the hell are you talking about?
There's no rhyme or reason. They were just there. You ran over them.
That one year.
No, dude. What time were you getting them at?
Well, Adrian, let's do it again, bro.
Fish 30.
Yeah, and that's right when the moon phase was synced up.
shut
Dude, yeah, exactly.
Oh, did you check the lunar tables? Did you get that on a hoochie or a bluchie there, boss? Mayfly? Egg-sucking leech?
Time's the tide today.
What time's the tide? Okay.
Shout out Captain Quinn.
Worst is when they take your bait and swim the same direction. We had one today that all of a sudden I'm doing something, I hear my client go, Cam! And I looked up and his rod was slack, like just standing attention. And I went, and he was going for it, and I'm like, what the? And then the fish was like right here by the back of the boat, just flying out of the water. I was like, holy sh! He hit it with a running start. Running start at it.
Yeah.
Just, bang.
Did you land that one?
Yeah. Yes, we did. We killed it. Yep, that one died. That one died. That was the one when you called him like, hold on, please hold for the.
Usually when they do that, that's a kamikaze bite.
he
like
freaking
they're trying to die.
Remote.
Death wish fish.
He wanted to die. Not really a question, more of a comment. I appreciate Fish Fighter products. The shorter rod holder, I go short, Paul. You can see the line counter switch to 1. No, happy now. Yep, I do like the Fish Fighter. I got them absolutely loaded in the boat. Caught one on an egg-sucking leech I tied yesterday. Yep. Anyways, let's pick a winner for the first prize pack. We'll have another one here in a little bit, guys. And then we're going to talk a little bit about
The Clint randomizer.
stuff.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about
See who
speed.
won.
Yeah, pick a winner, Clint. Jason, you were full of crap.
I know. What am I full of?
I
Like
have
what?
no idea.
What did I say?
Who is our winner? Who is our winner? Who is our winner? Oh, Nikki Shelton's our winner. When I caught the wild one last weekend, I had no clue. It was there. My husband said, check your line. I think you got something. Kept reeling and eventually realized I had a damn fish on it. Hey, what do you always say? You can never be too late to a bite, but you can be early.
Yep.
You say that. And I'm like, you are damn right. Nikki,
Look at that!
fact.
Look at that profile picture she has on
Especially
YouTube.
on
who is that? Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh God, I am so sorry you had to fish with Clint. Speaking of Clint, do you know a Tim that you play cribbage with? Tim, his wife knows Katrina real well.
Yeah.
He caught the first one on my boat today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I hang out with Clint. I'm like, you do?
Nikki, don't forget to order.
I thought like there was like 2 of us in the world that did that.
The
but
state pays
maybe
him to
there's-
hang out with me. No, he does the cribbage tournaments
he's like,
at
oh, I
our.
play cribbage with
at our
crap,
watering
small
hole.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, he caught the first big one today. Cool.
Nice.
Okay. And then he was the one that had it in his hand, and it was getting bit in his hand. I'm like, hand it to her. And he handed it to the gal, and then the gal like grabbed the rod, and it just freaking.
Oh, did we tell her what to do?
Oh yeah. Email orders@addicted.fishing. Tell us what you won. Send us
Just
your address.
let them know you won the first prize pack. For
John
tonight.
L. Bacon asks, how do you enter for the prize pack? Well, you comment. You comment.
There you
and
go.
You engage in the live feed. The more you comment, without being too crazy spammy, we let people get away with a lot.
The more you
Yeah.
comment,
You know,
the more
but the more you
odds
comment,
have of winning.
the odds you have a win. And it's all randomized by Clint. So if you didn't win, blame Clint.
What in the?
Cool. All right. Clint with his comments. Yeah, I know. His comments. Yeah.
I know.
Wild Springer. Never heard of her. Are they all hatchery fish, Cole? Are they? Are they all hatchery fish? Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what are you going to do this weekend? What are you doing tomorrow? You're fishing tomorrow. You fishing tomorrow?
Every
Fishing
day
tomorrow?
till it closes.
Every day till it closes, like every guy out there. Yep. Fishing every day. Fishing every day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
What are you doing? Not
Fishing.
fishing.
Fishing tomorrow.
Fishing tomorrow. What about Friday, Saturday, and
Fishing
Sunday?
Friday.
What about Saturday, Sunday?
Not fishing Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fishing Saturday for far superior species.
For superior species.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
They're
Those
green
dumb ones.
and about 2.5 pounds.
Far superior. Hopefully 4 or 5 where I'm going. Anyway.
I hope they're 4 or 5 pounds for you, bud.
Anyways, $1 per comment. We're not paying people for comments here. So you're gonna be trolling. You're gonna be trolling this weekend. Got some bigger tides. Tides are kind of growing a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that gonna screw it up? What do you think?
Find the softer water.
Yeah, definitely start hiding behind some wing dams.
Whiteboard.
Start hiding behind structure.
What's the speed? So before we get into the whiteboard, I'm sorry, Clint. I'm sorry, bro. I need a little whiteboard button. Boop, boop.
That'd be kind of cool.
What are you looking for trolling speed? We alluded a little bit to it this morning, or not this morning. I'm tired. At the start of this live feed, we were talking about like 2.7, 2.8, or maybe that was even before the live feed.
It was before we went live.
But with downstream trolling, with the conditions that we have, the water's not real clear. Is there a speed where you are just traveling too fast that you do not feel comfortable downstream trolling? And
I
what
feel
is
like
that?
if I'm going over like 3.3, 3.5, I'm flying pretty fast, and I usually don't get bit as much.
I was gonna say 3-4 is like my number where I'm like, God, I feel like I'm just cruising way too fast.
You guys are both wrong. It's 3.3. I'm totally kidding.
You saw this, right?
Yeah,
From
no,
Jen.
that's at least for me.
No, I did not.
I don't know. I
Um,
mean, I've
is
gotten
that on
them.
my phone,
I've
too?
gotten them that fast. I got them last year
I've
that
gotten
fast.
bit that fast. It's just harder to judge. Like you spin on your bait and keep your gear on the bottom. You're flying over those humps so fast.
Yeah.
So I think the fish tuck down in. They definitely move to the inside when the tide's ripping.
Well, we're going to diagram that here in a second.
Yeah.
Well, moving to the inside, moving. So 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. If you're trolling a zone,
Yeah.
and that seems to be like, let's say it's 30 feet of water. Seems to be where you saw some fish caught this morning. Maybe had some bites. And then all of a sudden you're making that same troll. You're making that same pass. And now you're going 3.3, 3.5. What are you doing now?
I'm gonna move in tighter.
Moving tighter?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and move in tighter. Try and find a different area that maybe is about the same kind of depth, but just slower. Whether it's behind a wing dam, behind an island, something.
I was gonna say behind an island's a big one. Yeah.
Something along those
Something
lines
that's breaking
of
up the current a little bit.
what I try and think of, being a small river guy. I try and think of, okay, these fish don't want to be out in this super heavy current. Where is like my rock? Where's my rock slick? Where these fish can just come up, chill,
Yeah.
meander around. And that, for me, a lot of times on the big river is either a wing dam or an island.
That makes a scene.
Or an edge.
Yeah.
And a current
Or
break.
an edge. Or an edge, yeah. Yeah.
What else? Water clarity? River mouths? I mean,
Confluences,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know. Kind of. It depends on clarity of
If
some
you're
of those
going
other.
too fast in the area, do you guys like to turn around and try to troll uphill in that area right now?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
I
If
guess that is a
anything,
no.
I'll
Well, then
spin
why
around.
do people do that?
I'll spin
We'll talk
around and
about
back
that
them.
in a
Backtroll.
Yeah, I'll back
Backtroll.
them down. Not
Like
go
back him down with a weight or a jet diver?
with a weight.
Bait and a weight.
Back them nice and slow.
Jet diver.
I like
I'll-
jet divers.
See,
man.
if I'm gonna back troll, I put a jet diver on. If it's fast enough to back troll, I'm jet diver. But
I like the way, especially with the jet diver, I like the way that the bait will move around a little bit, and it's not. I mean, you're never with a lead. I mean, if you catch a wrong seam or something, and that current just dies, that lead just goes right to the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's
and I'm gonna say it's
conducive
so like,
for getting
The
tangled.
times I've done good with lead back trolling, it's usually like on a flat, the tide's burning. I'm on a pretty good flat, like a 20-foot, pretty long, wide flat. That those fish are coming out of deep water and they're getting pushed up on that ledge.
Charles makes a good point too. Tossing out a couple drift socks or a drift sock to slow
Yeah.
yourself down a little bit.
But see, okay, this is where the whiteboard's going to come in because you can, even if you're in water that's 3.5 miles per hour, let's just say, and you put your boat in reverse and you can slow it down to maybe 2.5, do you want to?
Depends on what your line angles and everything are.
Bingo. Because I say you have to have some kind of pull
Yeah.
on your line. So yeah, you can drift sock, you can slow it down. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, like I troll way slower than a lot of those people out there. But you have to be a little cognizant of that because I think sometimes you're also just laying your bait on the bottom if you don't have any kind of line angle.
Yeah.
So that being said,
But-
sometimes maybe you lighten your lead up a little bit. That way you can go a little bit slower
Okay.
and still get that line angle.
That's what I was going to ask about weights then. Like
You have to
line
have
angle.
some forward propulsion through the current. So if you were in neutral floating on the surface, now keep in mind also too, the bottom of the river is not as
Doing
fast
the
as
same
the top.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might just be able to get that natural. If you were to put it in neutral on the top and if the current's flowing fast enough, you still might be able to get your gear to spin with no forward propulsion.
Right.
But you want to make sure that you have at least something, because if you I don't think you have something, I think you're just dragging your stuff on the
I was just going to say too, I would rather be going a little fast than a little too slow. Just to have my bait working.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll walk with you on that.
Do you think your bait has to be working?
No, I don't think so.
I was just gonna say
No, hell no.
I
Hell
know of
no.
multiple
Okay, no.
people of having
eat them off
rods
the bottom,
hanging.
and there's no way those things are spinning like a
I'm not going to
drill
say
bit.
who it was, but there was a guy, you and I know him, at the I-5 bridge, and he would troll with his rods, I mean, straight down, all day long. So you might as well just been in neutral, just dragging that bait in the dirt and catch them like crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like even if
like
it's a hard burning tide and you're in neutral, your bait's down there working at the bottom.
That's what I'm
'Cause
saying.
your
yeah.
boat is
Your boat's on
flying.
the top faster
Yeah.
water, yeah.
So your boat's getting pushed along by the current, and your lead's down there where the current's broken up. So it's actually your bait is working.
Would you ever troll, and how you're figuring that out is because your line angle.
Yeah.
People are asking lots of questions. Like, they're explain this line angle,
Okay.
so they're not following you.
Whiteboard.
Line
on, Cam.
angle means you have
Come on,
drag
Cam.
on your gear. You need to have. I like to have
We're
like.
just having a nice
But it also
conversation.
depends
Yeah.
on your weight. Like, that's the thing.
Great
Whiteboard.
great
Whiteboard.
combo.
Whiteboard.
I like to have a 45-degree angle on my gear. That seems to be the best angle to get bit.
Yeah, and
but-
what Charles is saying, like, how many springers you catch with herring heads in their belly, and you know what I mean. Anyways, line angle. Okay, here we go.
Charles, I don't toss mine overboard. I'm not feeding them. I want them to be hungry when they see my stuff.
They're still going to be hungry.
I try to, like, you know, be nice, be cool to the fish. We're gonna go make my
Draw the
cool
boat.
little boat here.
Look at you.
Oh, I got a little outboard here and my prop. Yeah, this is like totally like to scale.
Goes in the water.
You know what, Jason? Do you want to be the artistic freaking feature here now?
Mike wasn't on, so they
Hold
didn't
on, let me
hear.
put Jason in the boat here.
No, he's laying on the bottom.
That looks like a chick.
Well,
Too soon? Too soon.
anyways, okay. Line angle. Rod tip. Line angle. So if your bait, if your rod tip, let's say your rod tip is here. This is not to scale. And your line angle is falling
Disclaimer.
straight down. And here's your weight. And you're not putting, you're trolling this direction. The current's pushing this direction, right? And if you're not having, if this is not up here, it's not registering any swing, any kind of like downward angle, it
You're going
basically
way too
probably
slow.
tells you that your triangle and stuff is just going to be laying on the bottom, right? So what the key is right here where the rod is leaving the water, or the rod is just right above the water. That foot of angle is critical, right? So when you have, oops,
Oh, you just cleared it.
I know, but when you have a line angle that's coming down a little bit, just a little bit of angle right there, at least it tells you got a little bit of sweep and your weight's going to be there, and hopefully your stuff is going to be spinning, right? I'm not even going to try to draw a couple like. The key is right here, where your rod tips are entering the water. You really have to watch for when that rod tip is entering the water, especially if the wind is like blowing at you at like Mach 45 like it was yesterday. Like, it was just obnoxious. It was just trolling into the wind. Oh, I made him tall, huh? All right, get off this. Get off this damn thing. Get off this.
But really quick though,
Yeah.
I checked that out of the box.
it also depends on your weight, right? Like if you stuck 20 ounces on it and you were going the right speed, it would be straight up and down.
Yeah, 20
So-
ounces wouldn't. 20 ounces, you could still. It'd be like a downrigger ball, right?
If you have line angle of 20 ounces, you're going way too fast.
Well, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. So
but
it's
but
not
even
just
with a
line.
10-pound ball, downrigger fishing, you still like no matter how fast you troll, you still have some blowback. And
No,
so
I
it's
agree.
understanding. What's that?
I agree.
Yeah, so you're gonna have some. You always have some kind of drag, and maybe that's the word we're trying to look for.
Right.
Your line needs to be dragging through the water, not just being completely limp through the water.
I would say like for somebody beginning,
Are we getting the point? Okay, go ahead.
for people
Good.
that are learning,
Yeah.
I put my stuff in the water where you can see it at the surface and try to think like, oh, this is where I'm going to have, this is the speed I'm going to troll at, and make sure my flasher and my bait's spinning. And then if it is the way I want,
If your
that's the
speed-
speed I'll do. And then I adjust my
If
weights
your
to get the
speed
line
is
angle
spinning on the surface,
It's
when
spinning
you lower
like
it down,
crazy down
it's
there.
going
Well,
We can just
I'm just trying to say.
theoretically say twice as fast down there.
I'm trying to dumb it down though for somebody
No,
that's never done this.
But you're
so
right.
that's-
No, but that's a really good point. If you're concerned about it, and make sure your speed is spinning on the surface and you're not going more than 3.2, 3.3, and then when you lower it down, you know you're going to be spinning.
Yeah.
You're right. That is
I'm just
a
trying to
really good
make
way.
it. Yeah.
That is a really good way. Let Clint, the freaking aviating pilot,
Guys,
FAA
No, I'm the
badge
dumb guy, so
actually
that's why
figure
I
it out.
got to do.
How do you decide on what
That's a good
weight
point.
size to use?
So today, trolling is all outgoing tide. We never hit a slack today because we didn't stay out there that long. I was using 8s, 6s, and 4s all day.
Ooh.
And-
4s.
Everything got bit but the 4s. So 8s and 6s in like 20 to 30 feet of water all day.
I don't usually go much lighter than 6. I'm like
Yeah.
6, 8, 10,
That's what I've been
8,
all
10,
season.
12.
I will say when
if I'm out in the deep shipping channel, I'm usually 8, 10, 12.
when we were pushing against the wind the day before, I was 6, 8, 10s though all day
Yeah.
long. Back rods 6, middle rods 8.
I feel
10.
like the reason why I don't go lighter than 6 is because when you're hitting those humps, I feel like anything lighter than a 6 ounce, you're not really getting in those humps as good. Now, if you're trolling flats,
once it clears the hump, it doesn't.
once it
dump
clears
down.
the hump, it
Doesn't
doesn't
wanna
drop.
drop.
Well, where I was at today is notorious for being very humpy.
So maybe that's why your 4 ounce was the only one that didn't get bit.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, and
Humpy on
guys
hump
have a
day?
harder time.
Shane
Feeling
will answer
bottom.
that question. It's a great question, Shane.
People have a hard time reading the 4 ounce as much as a 6 or heavier lead.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, let more light
When
out.
they'll just keep dumping line
Diagram.
and not see it tapping.
Boat. Oh gosh, I gotta keep having to draw this here. Boat. So your 10 ouncers in the front of the boat, middle of the boat, back of the boat. If you go, we'll just say 10s, 8s, and 6s, because those weights, the way they drag through the water, you get this kind of line spread along the bottom, right? So then here's your bait, here's your bait, here's your bait. You get a little bit of distance when you vary your weights. But I'd say for like right now, carry some 4s, 6, 8s, and 10s. The 4s, though, if you were to run a 4 here, you're going to be way back here. What Ryan's saying is like having that 4 way back is a little harder to detect. Usually, so today I ran 4 clients, and so I had my rod being the 4, and I'm pretty good at it. I'm just going to say I'm
pretty good at it.
I can kind of figure out if I'm tapping the bottom. I know what I'm feeling for. I've done it. I still have my training wheels on, but I've done it a couple times.
I need more than 4 to know if
But
I'm
then
hitting
again, my
bottom.
rod didn't get bit today, so whatever. But you know what I'm saying.
I feel
so
like
maybe
for
what you're
people-
saying.
for people at home, like if you're gonna
Yes,
go out and fish,
yes.
I feel like 8 ounce is a pretty good weight to fish a lot of stuff. If you're running 3 rods, 8 ounces on all of them.
Especially for this year, because like I will say like if I'm doing like if we're doing that, the water's high and muddy, and you're doing that crap where you're trolling like 6 to 10 feet of water.
Yeah, if I'm under 12
Right,
feet of
but
water,
I'd say
then I like
for
a
this
4
year,
ouncer.
for this year right now, you're right. I'd say probably 8s. If you just went out, if you were running 3 or 4 rods and you just ran 8s and spread them out, you'd be good.
Dialed.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you
So
use-
Can you scroll back? Can you scroll back up real fast? Because Shane had a question. Yeah, how far off the bottom are you wanting to be? And we kind of alluded to this earlier when we were talking about deploying the gear. Like as far as like guys that are playing with the counters and stuff. The key with having the understanding of like what lead and the line angle and all that stuff is because at the end of the day, with the conditions that we have this year, if you're not freaking tapping the bottom, I feel like you're not even springer fishing.
Yeah.
So you want to be on the bottom. And generally for me, my rule of thumb is like as we're trolling along, if you can get off that whiteboard, thanks, Clint.
I feel like it's real similar to drift fishing. Like if you're just like you're not really fishing effectively. But if you're like tink to tink tink,
Every now and then. So
then you're perfect.
So two things then. One is I'll tell people that if you're dragging for more than about 3 seconds, reach over, give it a half crank. Because sometimes, the bottom's not the bottom. You can't find the perfect troll that's 20 foot deep. Well, you can in some spots, but
Yeah.
bottom line is the bottom's always variable. It's moving around. But you want to be making that contact, right? You want to be where the fish are. Those fish, especially when the tides are moving belly and dirt right now. Sometimes they suspend, but we're just going to not convolute the situation right now. You want it on the bottom. You want to be tapping. If you tap more than 3 or 5 seconds, what that's telling you is if you get too much line out, you get too much line angle, and eventually you're going to start dragging that bait in the sand. You're going to start crossing over humps, tangle it up. You can ruin the bait, pull the bait off on the bottom. So what I tell my clients, snag. So what I tell my clients is if you're dragging for more than about 3 seconds, just reach over, bring it up a half a crank, bring it up a crank. Just bring it up a little bit. You know. The other thing is that being the boat driver, you need to be cognizant of is that if all of a sudden like a wind gust, boat wake, any of those things, and you look over and all your rods are tapping the bottom really hard.
Give it a little gas.
Give it a little gas because you are also controlling. It's not your angler that's controlling how much line out. You're controlling with the speed of the boat where those rods are like flaring up and down, and you can kind of control everything. So what I tell people is that give it about 3 seconds because sometimes it's on me. It's on the driver, not feathering that throttle up a little bit to get a little more drag to lift all the rods up, versus that one guy that's just got a little bit too much line out. And when you start getting in tune like that, that is like that is the key to killing springers right now. When we start doing the channel stuff, start fishing in May, suspend.
Every time a boat runs by, I throttle up just for that reason.
Yep,
And I see a lot of guys like getting like pushed around. Like I throttle into those boat waves that are hitting me to keep my gear working proper.
Those wakes slow you down quite a bit.
Gas, back it off as soon as this boat's stabilized.
Shane, I don't know if you're messing with us, but generally out there, like we were talking about in the Columbia, like we're looking for like 6-8 ounces of lead, 10 ounces of lead because we're trolling triangles and cut plug herring because he's asking if a half ounce or 4 ounce. So yes, that'd be too light for the Columbia. We're talking trolling the Columbia right now because that's kind of what here next week, we'll probably start talking about some trib fishing.
Yeah. That's where you might be able to get away with it.
And I think next Wednesday we're going to try.
Oh, are we doing it?
Oh, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Are we doing it?
We're going to do it.
We're doing it live.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
At least twice.
At least once. Yeah, we're going to try to go live for you guys next week while we're out there in the Columbia.
Nice.
We're going to film an episode. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. So
Gonna be light enough?
Pray. Yeah, light enough. We might have to go a little early next
live
week.
feed.
We'll have to go early next week. You guys are all, but we're gonna try to do some live springer fishing.
Do I know this?
But after that, the following week, huh?
Dude, yeah.
Don't you have the
61?
Didn't you take
Next
off?
week isn't the 8th, is it?
Next
Yes,
Wednesday
it
is the
is.
8th.
Yeah.
It's the last day of the season, bro.
Come on, man.
Oh, well.
Come on,
Anyways,
guide.
after that, we're gonna be talking. We might go live next week. We're gonna be talking about tributary fishing, some other stuff, maybe above gorge fisheries, and some of the suspend fishing, some of the 360 fishing. Ryan, or you got a little excited, little curl in your mustache there. Get a little excited about that. Anyways, sorry about that.
I love all salmon fishing.
Yeah, okay, I guess that's right. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, who knows what? Just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
When is the spring drop? Does anyone know?
It is
Oh,
this
gosh.
Sunday, April
Sunday,
5th.
I just
Yeah.
texted
So
you.
what was the discount code thing? Did you send it to me?
That's for only today. It's because of April Fools.
Oh,
So when you
April
put the code
Fool's
in,
sale.
you get nothing. That's the April Fool's
No,
joke?
it's
25%
25%
off,
off. It's the biggest
Literally-
discount that we do every all year is always
On
April
anything.
Fools.
The entire
Yeah.
website.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you want a knife, 25%
And
off, man.
The code is
Waiters, 25% off.
The code is no joke 25. No joke 25.
No joke 25 is the code
that's
for
today only.
25%
Today
off.
only
What do we have?
25%
So is
off.
that 25%? Do we have any knives left?
But yeah.
My client today was asking me about knives. I'm like, bro. Go to new comments for me.
Water boots, knives, backpacks, everything ends tonight.
Literally everything website wide.
You want
That's crazy. 25% off the knife.
off the knives?
That might.
Dude.
That's pretty good.
How many knives do we have up? $56 off an 80X blade. Yeah, Ben. That's pretty legit.
Yeah.
There's going to be some people pissed off at me. Anyways, okay. You should all come and do some lingcod and halibut fishing. Mike, we're going to do some lingcod and halibut fishing in Sika. But where are you at? Where are you at, Mike Deegan? Because that's the other thing. Like, I am going to absolutely belt those lingcod this year. Got deep drop rods, Astoria Canyon, 3 fish limit, 3
That's
lingcod
crazy.
limit.
That's crazy.
Oh, we are going to freaking destroy them. We're going to destroy them all. Sea dragons are going to die. Okay, I bought a knife. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty legit. Oh, there's the Restream reply. 25% off addicted fishing today only. Okay, very cool. Very cool. All right.
Yeah, hooks have been gone. Dude.
Hooks are probably gone. Actually, we had some 1,000 packs of some of the right sizes, but I bought them. Okay, guys, so
The number 4 bead hooks are in
let's
full stock.
yeah, lots of bead hooks, Get them for next year. Who knows? Okay, trolling technique. Talked a little bit about speed, what we're looking for. Getting behind wing dams, doing some of that stuff.
Droppers.
Droppers. Was that the? I saw we had a couple other questions you favorited. When is the spring drop?
Oh.
No. Have you seen the BNR new bead cluster?
Did you see that?
I saw
I've
it.
not
like-
seen it.
10 soft beads put together.
It was definitely an April
Oh, is it an
Fool's.
April Fool's?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mike
April
Kaplan's
Fool's.
like, Yamamoto baits. Do you know what a Senko is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. But they're like discontinuing the Senko. It's like the most
Yeah,
popular
right.
bass lure in history of the world,
Yeah, right.
and one of the most effective ones. Oh, really? What would be more popular than the Senko?
No, I'm saying, yeah, right. Like,
Oh yeah,
discontinued
he
it.
sends that to me. He's
Anything
like,
you see on
Yeah,
social
I'm
media
like,
today,
shut
I wouldn't believe
up.
it.
No.
I know.
I turned my Facebook on for a minute. I went, all right, out of here.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, let's rattle this around. Tim Siver's question: what are you stuffing your plastics with when the herring don't bite? I'm imagining when they don't bite the herring.
Yeah.
You fishing for herring?
No, but when we're just gonna assume that.
There's
The
a
wording
typo.
was
Yeah.
a little mixed up, but I think we're getting your point.
So
that
talk
you're trying
about
to
that.
get across.
Let's talk about this because I did Outdoor Line this weekend, and literally the whole conversation we had on ESPN was the whole thing was like, hey. We now realize out there trolling how pathetically sad the amount of numbers of springers are out there now with the advent of live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So 5, 6, 8 years ago, when we were out there fishing for 8 hours without a bite, we would run through all this different gear, right? But once we started putting the lives on the back of our boats,
Now you know you're just not driving over it.
we realized like
There just ain't that many.
There's really not that many of them down there.
Yeah.
So a couple years ago, at least I took kind of my operation. I said, you know what? Done. Springers are stupid. They eat.
They're bitey.
They're biters. That's why we can't fish more than like 3 days when the fish really get in.
Oh, when they show up,
Because
if
we
there's
will
big
kill
numbers, it'll be
1,000 a day on the
bloodbath.
Columbia River. It's a bloodbath. So we can't, the fishery can't, I think the quota this year is like 26 or 3,200 fish. I
Can't
can't remember.
sustain that.
Right. Once you start killing 1,000 fish a day, it's like, oh.
Bye-bye.
But that's because when the fish really are here, we just crush them because they are stupid biters.
Remember that last year? This must have been like 10, 12 years ago that they let us fish all the way to the deadline at Bonneville.
Yeah.
And in 2 days, we killed
Yeah.
3,000
Yeah.
springers.
Yeah. It's
Jeez.
just like, but that's
Back
because,
bouncing eggs.
but that's because they under forecasted and we had a little overage.
And never again.
I
have we
still
been able to fish
remember
up
when
there.
it was I still remember it was a 2-fish limit up there.
That's what it
That's
was.
it. It's a 2-fish limit. We were
2-fish
just-
limit. You can fish
killing.
all the way to the deadline.
Oh gosh,
It was.
18 ounces of lead and big balls of bait.
It was. It was some of the best spring fishing
So
I've ever
with
seen.
that, so going back to that, so no, generally right now, at least what I'm seeing, because one huge advantage with the live guys is like you can tell when salmon are looking at your bait and flaring off it. Like when we're fishing at Buoy 10, we're fishing in the fall, even summer Chinook for that degree, like when there's a lot of fish around that are like showing themselves, getting up behind the gear, looking, following, leaving, like the percentage of time that happens like springer fishing is like,
Very little.
Every fish I saw on my screen today bit.
yeah. I saw one that didn't bit. The first pass, the second pass, I saw one like shoot in, flare around. He came back and I'm like, watch the rods. Oh, like
Had grass on your bait.
I wish I could say that. He didn't want the bait. Somebody else hooked him yesterday. Anyways, the point is that no, we're generally not trying to switch our gear just over into all these different things because it's not a matter of like putting that rod out there, watching it on our live imaging, and seeing 10 fish come up to it and go, nah, nah, nah. Oh, I better switch to something. It's more like I put that damn bait out there for 4 hours and it might not even run into one.
Yeah.
That's the cold, harsh reality
It's springer
fishing right now.
It's
A couple days that could totally change right now. So generally, I'm not trying to switch. I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm not trying to switch gears and trying to trying to find that silver bullet that I'm just going to touch in the water and then catch 12.
I would say though,
not
if
that
I
time.
was gonna run like as we get later in the season, you know, when we do start running some stuffer baits, I like the Millennial Mulch and just straight tuna out of the can.
Yeah,
Those two, those are just staples.
But to that point too, if you also don't want to deal with herring, you could also put a freaking cut plug.
Yeah.
Stuff it with, like you said, some good scent and troll around.
Especially after the temps this week, and I feel like the artificial stuff really starts working when it gets up around 50.
I don't know. They're different. Like the bites that you get are different. They don't bite as long, you know.
It's like a plug bite.
It's exactly like a plug
it.
bite.
Yeah.
He
He
said,
said,
but
I did see a question kind of go along with this. He said, would I be better off playing the scent sulfite game on natural colored baits right now? Again, I would not don't try to be fancy right now. Don't try to be fancy.
Not yet.
It's
Probably not even play at the sulfites right now.
No.
I wouldn't.
Have a good presentation so when you do run into that fish, it'll get bit.
Just having a good spin on your bait at the right speed
Right.
is all you need right now.
Stay. You know, I brine with. Well, you stole it. The brine and bite. Add a little bluing. Like you can do the chartreuse, herring, all that or whatever. But I think it's more important to have good presentation and good technique for when you do cross that fish, that the fish doesn't look at it and be like, oh, there's something wrong with that thing. I don't want to eat it.
I don't know what
Versus
it is.
I want to eat it.
This year, I usually like chartreuse a lot, but this year,
I haven't got bit once
I
on
haven't got bit
chartreuse.
on chartreuse yet.
Yeah.
They just want natural.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I said,
And you would
about
think in that
2 years
dirtier
ago,
water, like the chartreuse would be a little bit more visible, but they just want the natural bait.
I can tell you 2 years ago, like when we were really going. Now I will say there are times when the water gets really clear and then the current slacks up and even pushes back, that the fish, those springers will suspend,
Oh yeah.
just like they do in the fall. I feel like we're not going to get too much of that conditions right now, especially kind of like when we call the upper river, like pretty much from like Willamette down to like Cathlamet, just kind of like in that range. I feel like we're going to have a little flow. The water's a little dingy. It's like it's kind of right where it needs to be. So I'm not going to say that they don't like suspend everyone fans, but a couple years ago I just said, you know what, I'm going to go back to just cut plug. And I changed my size a little bit. I got some reds, I got some greens, like cut plug, triangle. I know people. You want some reds? I got half a case of reds. Anyways,
I'm only gonna need like.
and you know what? I will say a couple of the fish today came on reds, but again, I think if it would have had a green in front of them, they would have ate the green.
You ran over them.
You ran over them. So again, try not to be fancy. Try to focus more on like your trolling technique. Try to be where your herring is going to be not ripping by them at more than 3.5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Have a little depth. Don't, probably not too many fish. Well, maybe down the lower river, the tides are a little bigger. Maybe the fish are getting caught a little shallower. But for the most part, kind of our neck of the woods, stay in that 15 to 30, 35 feet.
You caught one in 15? I was going to say 20 to 30.
The first three, that first day I went out and caught three, I caught them all in 15.
That first day I went out.
But then the next day, I caught them all in 30.
Yeah.
That's weird.
The water was
It
pretty
is.
dirty then, too.
It's just, sure.
First day I was out, we
I think that water's
hooked
changed
one
a
in
lot.
11 feet.
Yeah.
It was. I looked at the screen and I was like, we're in 11 feet of water right
If you're
now.
racking your brain out there and you're seeing fish caught, first off, you're in the right area.
Yeah.
Because up until about yesterday, I wasn't seeing very many fish caught by freaking anybody.
Yeah.
I think up until yesterday, I saw one caught in like 5 or 6 days of fishing. Besides what was in our boat. But everyone's like spread out. I'm not saying like there was like 50 boats and like
And there
I
hasn't
was
been
the
a
only
lot
one
of
catching
pressure
one.
on the
No,
river.
that wasn't. Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of people fishing. But if you're trying to figure it out, like focus more on your lead. Focus more. Don't be too crazy with your flashers. I will say, like I had a chartreuse flasher, I had a pink flasher, and all our fish today came on the chrome ones. Just saying. Just saying.
That tracks.
Just saying. So just don't get too fancy. Don't worry about your flasher color too much. Worry about your speed, how fast that cut plug's going, making sure you're in the area, and then just spend as much time in that productive area as you can and hope you run into it.
I concur.
Ben, you know who I know. Oh, out of you three, who's caught more springers this season? Well,
Not me.
we're not going to say that. It doesn't matter.
Not me. That's all I know.
Some people started earlier than others. If chartreuse doesn't work on herring aid or cookies and cream, if chartreuse doesn't work, use herring aid or cookies and cream colors. Are you talking like spoons?
What?
Like cookies and cream, like the spoon colors? I don't know that one.
That's a spoon.
Millennial mulch is a cured coon shrimp minced up for stuffer baits from millennial coons. Yeah, yes, Devin, you're right. Thank you for answering that. You asked that question, and yeah, you can get it at a lot of the places you can find the millennial shrimp. It's like a tuna coon shrimp concoction. It's bright pink. It works really good in stuffer baits.
It puts out a lot of scent.
Yep. I'd rather be lucky than good. I'd rather just be good. Anyways.
Hi, Pops.
We already talked about what the fastest we
A little bit of both. We'll take a little bit
What
of
about
both.
what about leader length? I know I shortened mine up a little bit with the watercolor,
Yeah.
but not much.
I've been
How
running just
short?
under.
Short.
How short?
How short?
How long?
Yeah, how
Normally
short?
I'll run like
3 feet?
almost 5 feet. I'm probably running 4 feet.
Some people would consider that really long.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, mine's
long.
like right here.
No,
so-
it's
that's
not,
only 3
Jason.
feet.
It's over your head.
What's funny is
Yeah, it's like here.
everybody asks me too, like, oh, what's your leader length for springers? And I got 1 liter.
Nipple.
Nipple height. I was gonna say something else. I'm glad you said. I got
And
nipple height.
Look at that.
I cut my leader. I cut my leader
pretty
at
low.
my nipple, and my bottom hook is just barely touching the ground. I've ran that forever, and that's just what I know.
It's
I like
an
to
accurate
run-
measure.
So it's like Jason's nose. Just kidding.
I always try to run mine as
Look at
short
my
as I
neck. Come on,
can
man. We just
to make it easier
just compared.
on clients.
top of his
It's a
hat.
lot of gear out there with the triangle and your bumper and everything. If you
Yeah.
get too long of a leader, people have a hard time lifting the fish to the net. So
No respect.
Yeah, I don't go like. I feel like if you're thinking about going like 6 and 8 foot, you're better off just taking off the flasher and just
Yeah.
running a bait and a weight. If it gets that clear to where you think you need to run larger leader, yeah, just don't.
14-foot rod.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes, yeah,
then you'll
Jim,
definitely have
absolutely.
more tangles.
If the water's a little muddier and the water's definitely like, you're getting into that 2-3 foot of visibility or less, yeah, shortening that up closer to the triangle, absolutely, very effective. I don't feel like in the Columbia we're going to be there, so we're kind of like talking a little bit for this week, or like actually out there today.
The one thing I will say is I'd rather tie them long and cut them down rather than be like, dang, I feel like my leader's
yeah,
a little short,
absolutely.
and then
I
have to tie
definitely,
a
my
bunch.
leader roll is long. Now, if I get a rod that's hitting and it's shorter,
Yeah.
then I'll start cutting stuff down. But I tie mine long on the roll.
Yeah.
Did you talk droppers?
I don't think we have.
haven't really talked droppers, but
There was lots of questions on it. Like, do you adjust your dropper length? Like, do you do?
Not you. At least for
14
me.
to 16 inches, man.
Yeah. I'm
What about
running
you?
I'm
six-
14 inches.
I'm
Yeah.
16.
Yep, 14 to 16 inches. I feel like with the visibility being like 3 feet right now, probably 2.5 feet, 3 feet, that if the fish is on the bottom and you're within 14 inches of the bottom, and by the time you scope out a little bit, like you're right in his mouth.
You're there.
Those fish
If you
I saw
want-
today, they were like darting all over.
Yeah.
They're moving so fast when they actually come into your gear. It's not
It's-
like they're gonna care.
Dude, it is insane how fast these fish move. It's
Yeah.
They want to
Crazy.
kill that
The
herring.
first one that shot through my live day, I thought it was gonna, because it like went and then it like rolled back around. I'm like, oh, he's coming. And Nope.
Oh,
Never
see
came.
ya.
Never. And then the other one, like the guy picked up his rod. He's like, I thought I saw one on the live, and he like picked up the rod. He was like chewing it in his hand. I'm like, don't set it, don't move. Like all slow mo. Yeah. Do you guys run a short bus spreader for more attraction or just a line lock?
I just run a line lock.
Yeah, just
I don't
line
run the
lock.
spreader.
I'm a line lock too.
Yep.
The thing is, like, by the time you have like your distance to your triangle and then your bait like back there, I'd rather have them going after the bait than being attracted into the spreader.
Yeah.
Like, what's this shiny like chartreuse freaking mirrored thing? What the hell? That thing don't got hooks on it.
Dude,
Nope.
did you see that video I sent you? The guy that did a ton of underwater filming
I
and
didn't watch
he
it. I
broke
ignored
it down to slow-mo. The fish, the Chinook were not biting the bait or the plug. They were literally going and biting just the hook, the trailing hook. And he has tons of like video evidence. It didn't even make an attempt. It was literally just biting hook. You didn't watch it? Dude, you need to watch it. It was
Where's
like
that at?
I'll text it to you. It was I started watching it. I was like, what? Like, huh?
Not on the Columbia.
I don't know. I don't know, but I'll send it to you. But it was pretty wild to watch. Like he has,
I fished places where Chinook have went into freshwater lakes and stuff, and we were trolling bare hooks like you would for sockeye and just crushing them.
yeah.
And they wouldn't bite anything. They wouldn't bite super baits. They wouldn't bite anything.
This video was
The proper spacing on your hook was even important, and the right color metallic hook.
yeah.
Crazy.
That year we were running blue and green, the gummies. They made a blue gummy
Yeah.
and a green,
Yeah, those
like,
the painted
forest green
octopus.
gummy.
Yeah.
And I was crushing kings. And there's 50 boats out there, and you might see 2 caught. And the
Dude,
guys that do that,
those are tweaker fish.
No.
Like,
those are fish
tweaker
that are
fish.
in freshwater and can't really go anywhere. They're stuck.
I'll send you the
Tweaker
video, dude.
fish.
It was wild to watch. I sat there and I was like, no.
I kind of believe it because like you watch like kokanee stuff, like, and you know what I do with kokanee, and
Everything.
it's like I do bad things to kokanee,
Oh my.
but I believe that like they just nip at whatever's sometimes behind that freaking flasher, kind of like 360 fishing.
Hopefully you don't take them out of the
Kokanee
water.
are as smart as bass.
Kokanee are frustrating sometimes, bro, because they're not even eating anything. They're filter feeders. You'll catch a trout. Bet you didn't know this. Are you a big kokanee guy?
No.
I am.
You'll catch a trout during like the summertime, and they'll be full of bugs and black gnat, and you'll see it like in their stomach. And you'll catch a kokanee, and it's just full of green slime. Like they are only filter feeders. So you got to get the fish that's only a filter feeder to bite.
tough ask sometimes, guy.
Yeah, give me a challenge. Scroll up. I got like
Shoot
there's like
pig
10.
corn.
Yeah, shoot pig. But I don't think the corn. I don't want to say what I want to say there about that. So if somebody asks, what about spring kokanee? I'm going to start spring kokanee fishing in about 2 weeks when they close springers. I'll be actually out there for a few weeks before we start our Wind River
Whoa.
fishery up there. Man, I'm going to start doing some spring kokanee stuff. Yep. Sweet. Just use your 25%. Go. I lost it. April 1 discount on the Bonkamall bag. Thank you, gents. Yeah, no problem. Keep going down.
Down?
Yep. About to buy live imaging. What's the setup to buy? What do you think? What is the setup to buy?
Oh, what are you guys looking at?
Don't say anything. Just read that. You know what that's about.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're really putting it together, but they're looking for
Yeah, we had a chat
Yeah.
about that yesterday.
Yeah.
So, what was that question?
I got all sidetracked.
About to live imaging. What's the best setup to buy?
Depends who you ask.
Depends on who you ask. Depends on what you're doing with it, I think is probably the question to ask. If you're deciphering detail and structure, probably want to go with Garmin. If you're looking at your flasher, suspend water, you're looking at your Hummingbird. So for a salmon guy,
I think
you
it's
also
like
don't-
Android and iPhone. Whichever unit you're like comfortable with
No,
and you're
I don't.
familiar with.
Nope, I don't. Because I've seen plenty of yours. I've seen plenty of mine. And the other thing about the Hummingbirds, you don't have to deal with the black box stuff. Don't have to deal with any of that. It's very simplistic. And it works great for like deciphering your flashers and suspended action, hard targets, brighter targets. There's a new video actually out right now, and it's on YouTube. And the guy published it like a week ago, and it is fantastic. And he literally has the Garmin and the Humminbird on the same pole, looking at the same stuff. Just go watch that video. But keep in mind that when you're watching it, you want to be looking when you're salmon fishing at, for the most part, probably everything outside of springer fishing, suspended targets. Remember that. We should find it. It's a fantastic video. The guy did a great job. And he has great points with the Garmin and great points with the Humminbird. But I think for what we're doing, there's a clear advantage to there, and you might want to go look at it. Go to new comments there. What's the fastest you'll troll with triangles? We talked about that. 3.2, 3.3, 3.4. It's kind of when we started.
3.3 to 3.5.
Yeah. If you're trolling like 3.3 and then you know the tide's going to get a little faster, you're looking for softer water.
Yeah.
We really went over that at the start of this feed. This feed will be up on the YouTube channel afterwards, so you can check it out. Gage says, Team No Scope since birth. Yeah. A lot of those guys that fished the Bassmaster Classic thought that was a good idea too, and they all lost to a 22-year-old who figured it out.
Dude.
Clayton, that place I was talking about was Lake Sammamish for kings. They would stack up at the mouth of the creeks there. But I never did it in Lake Washington, but Lake Sammamish. And we'd catch 30, 40-pound kings on bare hooks.
Yeah. How
Dude,
long
that video was
is
crazy.
too long having whole herring sitting in the brine? 1, 2, 4, 6 days, 10 days. Kind of depends on how hot your brine is, how much salt you have in your brine, but I'm kind of like no more than a day or two.
You know
2
what's
days.
funny?
2 days.
I had 1-day-old bait, 2-day-old bait, and 3-day-old bait. My 3-day-old baits caught everything today. My older brine, like...
Was it the first bait that they saw?
No.
Okay.
Nice try, Jason.
Dang it.
I like my baits when they get like a
Little
little bit of that shrivelly look. And
Yeah,
like we're
the
tightening
scales
up the
suck
scales.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
They
I don't. If it hasn't got to that point, I don't think they're brine long enough myself.
Because they'll plump back up in the water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you put them in the water, they kind of. The
'Cause
salt
mine will get that
dissipates or
way.
They absorb the water. One thing I want to say about trolling for everybody out there, like if you're having trouble getting your bait to spin,
Gage.
what I like to do a lot of times is when I cut a bait,
God.
put my hooks in it, I like to give it a little pull to kind of balloon that cavity open. It seems to help get that thing, once it's twirling good, then you're good to go. But a lot of times you'll put a perfect cut bait, you know your hook position's right, and it's just kind of going. And all of a sudden you just give it a little pull, start spinning.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the longest you've gone for brine bait? I'm like, yeah, we'll fish it.
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Day 4, the bellies start looking burned or whatever.
I've gone 3.
3 max. Like after day 3 on brine, I'm chucking those.
Yeah. I just get too like in my head about it. Like I'm like, oh, that bait's been sitting in there for a few too many days, and just cycle it out.
Yeah.
Didn't
If you
just
think-
say
if you think
these-
You
about
got
it, too,
enough bait.
The other
I mean,
thing is, if you think about like the amount,
Didn't you
like
just say these springers aren't that smart?
they're not, but I want a good like durable bait that's like
Durability is key.
And I think like when you start getting like too much shit gets mushy, stuff gets mushy, and it just like I don't want to deal with. I just don't want it in the back of my head.
I know some
And at
guys
the end
that
of
do
the day-
good. They're 1 day. I think day 2 is the best on a brine.
Yeah.
At least what I make.
One of the best herring fishermen I know, and he's good. It annoys me. He's
Right out of the pack.
Right out of the pack.
oh, yeah.
That morning, he just pulls that pack. Maybe
Popsicle
he takes it out
baits.
before he turns his coffee pot on, takes it out, gets out there, slices the package, take ones out, cuts it, throws it on the hook, and just freaking catches them like crazy. It annoys the absolute crap out of me. And he's good. He's really, really
Oh, I
good.
like baits right out of the pack. They,
they're nice.
I call them popsicle baits. They're like still kind of like quarter frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cut them, run them.
Cut them and
You
run
can't have
them.
them frozen because you got to get the guts out of them.
No, you
Here's
don't.
a really good
Not if they're
question. What's the
frozen.
longest you run a bait before changing it?
I don't know, dude.
You're not like every pass change your bait.
I'm not an every pass
Patrick
guy.
Gaffney Point Defiance bait.
I'm not an every pass guy. If your bait's still spinning really good and it's not all flared out,
if it looks good, it's spinning good, I don't change it either.
it's fishing.
If it's spinning, it's winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of believe that too.
Now, what Jason's talking about, once you start seeing that cut, that edge will start to flare out. You'll notice your spin starts changing, and that's when it's time to.
It starts getting wobbly.
Yeah.
It starts the tail. It's not so tight.
Now there is a way to fix that. You can take your scissors and trim off that flare and get it to spin perfect.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, just put a new bait.
At
on,
that point,
cheap
you
ass.
just put a new just put a new bait
Put a new
on.
bait on, you cheap ass. I will say, like, if I'm trolling all morning and there's like nothing going on, I'm not going through baits, and I've made a few passes, like I'll just pull over and be like, all right, everybody strip your bait. Like I will, like there's a point where it's just like I'm just gonna cycle all of them just because, I'm not running into them, but when I run into them, I want to make sure they're all just like
Most of the time, fresh bait's the best bait.
Yeah. Do you remove the guts or do you run it guts in?
I take mine out.
I'm an out guy. I'm an outie.
I remove them.
You're an outie. Everyone here's an outie.
The only time I don't is if I'm running like frozen popsicle baits, I call them, and I'll just run it.
You kind of have to.
But once it thaws out a little bit,
take it out. Yeah, hemostats.
Yep.
Yeah, I think if it's spinning, it's winning.
I cut a little slit in them so the water can travel through, so you don't blow it out once you do that. But
yeah, I don't do the slit. I see
the
guys
slit
do the
either.
tail cut too, like they cut the tails off.
I've done the tail cut.
I think they like that tail like tickling their nose sometimes.
There could be something to it.
It's kind of like a mustache, right?
I do it once in a while, and I don't notice it works any better.
Yeah, I kind of don't. I just take my pack of herring out of the jar, freaking put cuts on them. I cut them all like that morning, and I'll like cut a dozen, put them back in the brine, and then just have like some that are like quick and ready to go. And then once I realize I'm out of those, like I'll cut another dozen. So I'm not just like I generally like don't just cut them and then put them on the hooks. Like sometimes they'll get.
No, I like putting them on the brine for a little bit, not too long.
Yeah, I like to do for however many people I have in the boat. I'll cut them 3 baits. 3 baits a piece.
Yeah.
And then I'll put them back in the brine. So they get their fresh bait and then 3 extra baits back in the brine.
So Chrome Stacker asks, as anise the only sweet scent you'll add to your herring brine, vanilla extract, adding white sugar? Like right now, I mean, maybe anise, and I know springers will eat them. Back my old, we have this story.
I think every store-bought brine you buy has either brown sugar, cane sugar, some kind of sugar in it. Any of these Northwest Bait, Procure, all of them have sugar in them.
I got to tell this story because it was funny. I was talking to his dad just a couple days ago, and it still resonates. But back in the day, like my dad had Forrest started guiding, or Shields, and he was going out, and he was freaking catching like springers.
Oh God, I know this one.
Nobody was catching them. And he was like catching a couple a day. I'm talking
Procure's
like
favorite guy.
And I called him one night. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm putting anise in it." I'm like, "Oh, okay, damn, okay." But what you and I think putting anise in like a quart jar of brine, it's like, a couple drops. It's potent stuff. So then he calls me up the next day. He's like, "Hey, you got any anise?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I got a bottle. What do you need?" He's like, I'm out." And keep in mind, he's been out like whooping everyone's ass.
He's like putting a half bottle in.
That's what he was doing. And so like, those little Procure anise bottles? He's like, yeah, I use like a third of a bottle a quart. I'm like, what?
Don't hate it.
I'm like, it's just like, there's a chunk of oil this thick on the top of the damn quart jar.
Nice.
And I'm like, bro. Again, can't argue it.
Don't hate it
because he was the one. Dude, he was the one catching them. I was like, yeah, man, I got a couple bottles. Come get it. Freaking he whooped it. And they were like dark blue baits, and he was just whooping everyone's ass that year. It's great. So yeah, springers will like anise, even a copious amount of it as well.
Clayton, helmets or no helmets on herring? I don't run them a lot, but they're very effective for guys that are struggling to get their baits rigged proper. And if they don't know what the proper spin is, I feel like a helmet's like
fail safe.
They're like training wheels for a herring fisherman. You put in a helmet, doesn't matter what you do,
Don't say it all derogatory like that, because you know damn good and well when you put your little 360 on, you're going to start running helmets and you're going to let it rip.
Well, like even at buoy 10, I'll run them because the currents are strong and you're going to tear them off.
For beginning herring fishermen. No, there's a reason why people would run helmets, and it's for durability. Not just beginning fishermen.
They're good
for beginning fishermen as well.
They're great for beginning fishermen that are cutting a dozen baits and
Generally,
they only feel like they're getting suited to spin right.
I generally feel like if you're trolling the cut plugs at probably the appropriate speed right now, like not talking when we start fishing the channel, start fishing the Willamette suspended in 360. I'm talking like right now, triangles, slow dogging on the bottom with dirty water. Like you're not trolling that fast where I feel like you need a helmet. You're not going to be blowing baits off all the time.
No.
Like I feel like you probably don't need the helmet right now.
If you are blowing herring off and blowing them out super fast, you should probably try and slow down.
Yeah. Or put a helmet on.
Or put a helmet on.
Or if you're a heavy dragger,
or if
you drag it in the sand a lot, helmets work good.
I feel like, but there will be a time, as Ryan admitted to, that he'll have to put his training wheels on and wear a fishing helmet. And wear one too, because he really
I'm not saying it's a derogatory thing. I think they're great. If I would have known about them when I started fishing herring.
No, helmets are awesome.
Yeah. I would have been running them.
They're a little, I mean, it's very easy though right now to just like, oh, your bait looks bad, like put the hook through it and go on. And so right now I feel like I'm not going to run a lot of helmets, but definitely soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do one more giveaway, guys. We have, the clock is 7:55. We're going to answer a couple more questions for you guys. Is this the other giveaway here, that 360 flasher?
360 and some more smile blades.
There we go.
Kind of a cool colored 360
too. And we'll answer a couple more questions, guys. If you're commenting, you have a chance to win.
Silver Aurora.
Do you guys use those anise wipes? Good Lord, they stink, but they work good. Yeah, they make everything smell like anise. So no, I don't have them.
I've never seen them or used them.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Huh.
I don't like cut the herring on the coho side of the guide if you're having a hard time getting it. Yeah, if you're using if you're doing that.
Using
Chef
the old
just
miter
saying,
box.
let's get it, just because he wants to win that 360 flasher, sexy one.
I mean,
But hey, he's commenting.
I would fish it for sure.
I want to win. He might win. The Aurora pattern is nice too. Pick me. Always wear your helmet. Keep your bait protected.
I've decided no 360s for at least 3 years.
what
I
you
have
did there.
way too many. I need to lose some or
herring or coon shrimp
donate
right now.
some.
Yeah, donate some.
Right now it's herring for me, but I do need, I wish you would have brought some. Bill called me yesterday. He's like, dude, you need to get your bait. I probably should have had you bring that bait today.
I was freaking up there today too.
Fudge, yeah, I need to get a bunch of bait.
Should probably get on that.
Driving his truck, maybe there's some
Cam,
bait
how
in
was
the
the tournament
back.
last weekend? We already talked about this. I caught a bunch of smallies. Could not find the big green ones that you needed to play in that game. Those cold water largies have my number.
Christopher Calhoun. I was going to say that. Aren't those dude wipes? I have those.
Yeah.
They're always in the truck for hunting season.
What's the downside?
Not just hunting
what's
season,
the
all
downside to
seasons.
using, that's a good question. What's the downside to using helmets other than just rigging them and trying to get them like set straight? Just takes a little bit more time. But if you're pre-rigging them, got just a couple rods out, kind of thing. Yeah, nothing wrong with fishing them, but that would probably be the downside. They can be a little finickier.
I think you control a cut plug a little bit slower. I think the way it balloons out, it catches the water a little bit more than the helmets. I think the helmets, you need to just go a little bit quicker with them.
There you go. There you go. In the tackle section of statewide rules, it says you can have up to 3 hooks, but not more than 1 line. How can you plunk with 3 spinning glows with that rule? I think the 1 line is probably defined by the rod and reel.
The main line.
The main line that you're using, and then you have leaders off that. So, yeah, that's not an issue, especially in Washington or Oregon, because that happens every day. Yeah. Do springers move more on incoming or high tide?
I think all fish push on the
Yeah.
tides. Salmon, especially in the Columbia.
Yep.
Tide, the current slacks up and they move.
Mhm.
You're down.
I know, dude.
3 swipes with the dude wipe, clean as a whistle. Trying to clean them herring up, make them flashy.
Oh man.
Oh, I haven't been on a live stream in a while. First time back in a few months. Love you guys. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, Nikki. Yes, sir. He spent all day at Copper Canyon on day 3. Since they upped the price of the fishing license, that means they plan on taking care of the seal.
I didn't see a lot of seals today, did you?
Tons. Plenty. They're out there. In fact, one of the first fish we landed, like, popped up, and I was like, seal! Like we got it.
Get on him.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah,
This is the first time
Yeah.
I've had this paintball gun for 3 years. It's actually in my boat, and I haven't had a reason to use it yet.
Huh?
Never tried to, like, shoot your wife in the ass one time?
Whoa.
Nothing? Nothing?
Aggressive.
You know, Melissa, she would
She
just you
beat
saying that she
you
would
and
beat
shank
you.
you.
Yeah, I was gonna
She'd
say
beat
she'd
all of
rip
us.
that. She'd
That
rip
is
that
true.
freaking
That is
paintball
true.
gun out of your hand
The
so
freaking
fast.
the yak would come out. He'd be on.
I'd like to see you shoot her. You watch her go sideways.
Oh, goodness. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I fish at Drano. What's the tide? That's my favorite thing.
Incoming all
People,
the time.
people ask that. People ask that at Wind River a lot of time. What's that? Like, oh yeah, high tide's
Yeah, when you're
around
not
10
getting
o'clock.
bit,
It's
I'm
gonna
like,
be
oh,
good.
the tide change is coming.
Tide
They're gonna
change is
bite.
coming. They're like, really?
What time is it?
Like,
Anytime.
Yeah. 175 feet, Deadpool, but whatever.
Some old timers used to say they bite it like.
Yo,
up
Austin,
there.
we should have the Badger fishing guy on. He's getting pretty good out there. Appreciate everything he's doing. That's for sure.
He's poking the bear.
Poking the
I'm
bear.
getting worried
Poking.
for him, dude, because he's.
He's doing
He's
exactly
only
what I
doing it
do if
'cause
I
he
didn't have a
already
state
got
guide license.
popped.
So true.
I know, but everything he's doing is awesome, and I love it. But man, you gotta watch messing with the feds and the fish and wildlife people.
It doesn't stop any of you from messing with me.
Oh, but
We don't
you're-
mess.
Oh,
We're not
goodness,
like-
yeah.
come on. Oh, you're so tough, Clint. Sorry. Oh,
Come
gosh.
on,
We're not
man.
talking
God.
about what's on your
Everybody
hard
stop.
drive.
Clint, Clint has a badge. Clint has a badge, everybody.
Hey, whoa. Okay, never mind. Back to what you were talking about.
I'd side with Melissa. All right. Next week, we may be going live and doing a little fishing, guys. Who knows? We'll see what the weather does.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? If not, we'll probably be in here talking some tributary fishing. Probably going to sneak a kokanee one in here in the next few weeks, and then we'll start talking some triple. And then, of course, we'll definitely have about 2-3 weeks dedicated to tributary spring Chinook. Should have a lot of info out tomorrow after the North of Falcon process starts when it comes to our fall salmon seasons. But if you've looked at the forecast, you've probably got a good idea. And
I'm excited. I think spring Chinook's probably my favorite season from like now till.
No.
June.
Fall.
You guys like fall because you can kill a fish and leave.
No, I actually like going out on my grocery runs and I can kill like 48 hearts in one day, and it's freaking epic. And 3 lean cod, 4 sea bass, and your cohos all in one day.
We just got done with my favorite season of the year.
Winter slime rockets, cool.
Catch and release sturgeon.
You didn't seem like you were that thrilled with it this year, Jason.
I honestly, I wasn't, but I was happy with it. I wasn't like, oh my god, I want this fishery to keep going. I was kind of
Travis
like,
says-
You were ready for it to be over.
I was kind of like, okay, I am ready for some springers.
Oh, Pike Mill program. What
Shut up, man.
thoughts on dredging triangles at the wind? Dude, I have like old TV shows from Anglers West from like 14 years
Crush
ago.
'em.
Where all we're doing is fishing triangles and prawns, minnows, triangles, and just blasting them. 2 fish limits, catching them like crazy. So yeah,
Still to this day, they work fine.
They work just fine. They work just fine. All right, Clint, pick a winner, bro. I think we're gonna step on out of here, guys, because I gotta go fishing tomorrow morning.
360s and some smile blades. Who's gonna win them?
It's going deep. The
Who's gonna
randomizer
win
is
'em?
going deep. Jim Bradbury, please post a link. I'd like to see that too. Don't know
Boom.
what you're talking about, but
Under the hook bites.
oh, the hook bite. Maybe Clint will post it in the forum for everybody because since he wanted to talk about it, so he gets to do that now. But Jim, congratulations! You won the flasher and smile blades. Please email orders at addicted.fishing. Hope to see you guys out there this week. Got some great weather coming. It's got to be a lot nicer than it freaking
Thanks
was
for
today.
tuning in, you guys,
75
and
on Sunday.
Good luck the next.
Yeah, you got 7 days to go get them. 7 more days.
And I
Start
do
tomorrow
have
morning.
a couple like 2 seats the last 3 days.
There you go.
Book them up. They
The
won't
last
last
day of the
long.
season is supposed to be the best because when they get here, they like to shut us off. So, anyways, all right, guys, good luck out there this weekend. We'll see you next week later.
We told that guy to email, right?
Cheers.
Yep.
Orders.
Jim probably knows. Jim knows.
No, you know, Jim.